welcome. Here's the latest in the aftermath of the Pahalgaon terror attack. Sources have told NDTV that Amit Shah, the Home Minister, will chair a key meet with the Jal Shakti Minister as early as Friday. MEA officials will also attend the meet. Amit Shah will meet all of these people from the MEA and as well as the Jal Shakti Ministry on April the 25th, which is tomorrow. India has officially communicated to Pakistan about suspending the Indus Water Treaty.
This is a very important decision, particularly how significant the river is. Remember, Pakistan relies heavily on the Indus River system for irrigation, with about 80% of its cultivable land actually depending on these waters. The water security is ensured through the Indus water. The government stand so far has been, Rika, that this is not only morally justifiable, but in light of continuing cross-border terrorism, it is only right for India to take this move, because this is a sovereign right of a country. India understands fully well that it has honored international commitments with regards to it, but Pakistan, on its part, had invoked the treaty's dispute resolution provisions 3 times in the past. Today, there were almost a few hour-long meetings which were chaired by the Jal Shakti Minister, Mr. C.R. Patil, which was attended by Ministry of Home Affairs officials and also by officials of the External Affairs Ministry. Tomorrow, it will be the Home Minister who will be chairing this meeting and discussing how to take this forward. The suspension has already happened. Now it is about other aspects which has to be, perhaps discussed threadbare, and that's what will happen when Home Minister Amit Shah chairs that crucial meeting tomorrow.
After attending the all-party meeting called by the centre over the Pahalgaon terror attack, Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, said on Thursday that the opposition extended its full support to the government. Leaders across party lines sought decisive action for destroying terror camps, and opposition MPs raised the issue of security lapses, but assured during the all-party meeting that they are backing the government. Trinamool Congress MP Sudeep Bandyopadhyay asked why there were no security personnel at the tourist spot. Despite that, all of them said that they are going to be backing the government and the government stance in this regard. Union Ministers Amit Shah, JP Nadda, Kiren Rijiju attended the meeting, which was chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh.
सब पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ने अपने अपने विचार को रखा और एक चीज सामने में आया कि देश को एकजुट और एक आवाज में खड़ा रह करके बोलना चाहिए और आतंकवाद के खिलाफ में एकजुट होकर के भारत को लड़ाई लड़ना चाहिए, ये सबने माना है।
यूनिफॉर्मली कंडेम किया है सबने जो हुआ है और पूरी सपोर्ट दिया है ऑपोजिशन ने सरकार को, कोई भी एक्शन।
राजनाथ सिंह जी ने प्रिसाइड किया, अमित शाह जी भी वहाँ थे। हमने सब लोगों ने मिल के जो पहलगाम में इंसिडेंट हुआ है उसको सभी लोगों ने कंडेम किया। कश्मीर में शांति रखने के लिए वो अच्छा प्रयास करें और वहाँ पर शांति रखना जरूरी है, ये बात उनके सामने हमने रखा।
वो जो मुनासिब समझते हैं इन टेररिस्ट ग्रुप के खिलाफ, जिस देश में टेररिस्ट ग्रुप को पनाह दी जा रही है, मदद दी जा रही है, उनको कोई ताकत दी जा रही है, उनके एक्शन ले सकते हैं। इंटरनेशनल लॉ इस बात की इजाज़त देता है कि हम नेवल और एयर ब्लॉकेट करें पाकिस्तान के सेल्फ डिफेंस में और सैंक्शंस लगाएं पाकिस्तान के ऊपर, खास तौर से आर्म्स सेल्स में।
The spirit was good, security lapses were discussed, but assured the government that all political parties will stand by the government, whatever decisions they can take for the interest of the country. The spirit was good, security lapses.
Message from the soil of Bihar to identify, track and punish the terrorists, and the message was loud and clear to the world leaders that India will not spare any chance to neutralize those terrorists who had attempted to kill the humanity on Indian soil. They will be given a befitting reply in terms of an action that will be unimaginable. And followed by that, there were a series of meetings that concluded in the national capital. It was Home Minister and External Affairs Minister first briefed the President of India. The diplomats were summoned to the MEA. They were briefed about the developments as well, and an all-important all-party meeting that concluded after 2 hours, and it was the entire political spectrum who condemned this terror attack on Indian soil. We've been told at the beginning it was a 2-minute silence that was observed by the all-party meeting, the floor leaders who were present, and it was a briefing that was given to the political leaders by Home Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar about the steps that India has taken to isolate Pakistan. Followed by it, the government that has brought a resolution to condemn the Pahalgam terror attack. They had also adopted it, and it was a consensus, a political consensus that the government wanted to make amongst the political leaders of the country. And it is different political leaders who had stood up and stated that at this point in time, the entire country is united together because they want to isolate Pakistan, and terrorism will not be justified in any such manner. In fact, there are different channels in which the Indian government is trying to corner Pakistan, be it on the cultural front, be it on the border front, be it on the diplomatic front, and therefore the reason perhaps the government of India wanted to bring consensus, and that's where the all-party meeting happened in the national capital.
In continuation of the decisions made by the Cabinet Committee on Security in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack, the Government of India has decided to suspend visa services to Pakistani nationals with immediate effect. All existing valid visas issued by India to Pakistani nationals stand revoked with effect from 27th of April. Medical visas issued to Pakistani nationals will be valid till 29th of April. All Pakistani nationals currently in India must leave the country before the expiry of the visas as now amended. Indian nationals are strongly advised to avoid travelling to Pakistan. Those Indian nationals who are currently in Pakistan are also advised to return to India at the earliest. As a retaliatory measure, India has already closed the Attari border. My colleague Gurpreet Chinna has filed a report from the border. Take a look.
22 अप्रैल को जम्मू कश्मीर के पहलगाम में आतंकियों ने मासूम देशवासियों को जिस बेरहमी से मारा है, उससे पूरा देश व्यथित है। हमारा दुख एक जैसा है, हमारा आक्रोश एक जैसा है। ये हमला सिर्फ निहत्थे पर्यटकों पर नहीं हुआ है, देश के दुश्मनों ने भारत की आत्मा पर हमला करने का दुस्साहस किया है। मैं बहुत स्पष्ट शब्दों में कहना चाहता हूं, जिन्होंने ये हमला किया है, उन आतंकियों को और इस हमले की साजिश रचने वालों को उनकी कल्पना से भी बड़ी सजा मिलेगी।
Indian government has already taken multiple decisions, and they had decided to take a diplomatic and strategic decision to give a very, very strong message to Pakistan. We have seen the multiple changes had been reported in the various aspects, whether it's the Indus Treaty, whether it's the Atari-Wagah border, and right now we are reporting from Atari-Wagah border, where we have seen multiple changes were happening at this border. Today, what we have learned from inside sources of Atari-Wagah border, around 133 persons had been reported at this border, and what we have learned, out of 133, we have learned 28 Pakistani, they had left the country through this Atari-Wagah border. At the same time, 105 Indians who had also come back to the country through this Atari-Wagah border. At the same time, multiple changes had been noticed in retreat ceremony. We have seen in the retreat ceremony, both the sides, the Indian side as well as Pakistan side, the gates were being opened and the forces were shaking hand with each other. But today we have seen the gates were closed and no handshaking ceremony had been happened between both the forces. So somewhere down the lane, it seems these changes which has been seen at this Atari-Wagah border, the Indian government wants to give a very, very strong message to Pakistan by making all these changes. With Vijay, Rajesh Kumar, this is Group Singh China for NDTV, Atari-Wagah border, Amritsar.
Pakistan on Thursday announced the immediate closure of its airspace to all Indian-owned and Indian-operated airlines. It also suspended all trade with India, including goods passing through Pakistan to or from third countries, and objected to India's decision to hold the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance. In the wake of the Pahalgam terror attacks, India has taken several strong measures against Pakistan in the view of this attack by suspending the Indus Water Treaty, closing the integrated checkpost at Atari. It has also downgraded diplomatic ties with Islamabad. Now, India has taken a step forward. It has also taken key diplomats into confidence. The government briefed the diplomats on Pahalgam earlier today, and the entire world now, it seems, has shown their support for India. The Swedish ambassador spoke to NDTV exclusively earlier in the day on the heinous Pahalgam attack. Ambassador Theslev said terrorism is a global threat and that Sweden is committed to fight against terror. He extended solidarity with India during this tough period. Listen into what he had to say.
We have with us today a special guest, Ambassador of Sweden to India. We'll speak with him and get to know what are the reactions from Europe and rest of the world, and what are people in Europe thinking about the attack that happened in Kashmir. Thanks a lot for speaking with us, Ambassador.
Thank you for having me. We are appalled and we are saddened by the devastating number of lives that were lost on the 22nd of April in this heinous terrorist attack. It actually serves as a reminder to all of us. I think that the threat from terrorism that is global, of course, that is a threat to peace, to security, and to humanity. And that was shown on the 22nd of April in Kashmir.
So when it comes to hunting down the terrorists and stuff like that, many countries have extended their helping hand. Will there be some cooperation between India and Sweden on that level? If not, what kind of cooperation can India look forward to from its European partners?
Very early on, when these horrible news reached us, the first thing we do, of course, at such a moment is our thoughts go to the families of the victims. Our thoughts go to the people of India and to the government of India. And we showed our solidarity with India at this very, very difficult time. At the same time, our Prime Minister, in his statement on this occasion, said that Sweden remains committed to support all global efforts against terrorism in all its forms. So I think that there is a necessity at moments like this, and that we join forces, and that this is a global phenomenon. It's a phenomenon without borders, and we need to really have join our forces together when these things happen.
Lastly, Ambassador, I would like to ask you is, how does Sweden assess the role of some regional factors in Kashmir? There are many factions in Kashmir. What does Sweden think about them?
I'm not in a position to judge that. I think that there will now be investigation into this horrific incident that happened, and then the findings of those investigations has to be analyzed. Again, I'm representing my country here. I'm here to support India at this very difficult moment. But what are the background of this? What will be the consequences of this? That's up to the experts and to those closely involved to judge.
There has been condolences, candlelight marches and tributes for the victims of the terror attack over the last 2 days. Here's one more from the national capital. It's a tribute from the doctors of the RML hospital. Have a look.
26 innocent lives of tourists were lost in Pahalgam in Kashmir, and this is what, the aftermath of it. It's been very difficult and trying times for our country at this point, and India is, preparing for actions already. There have been a rash of measures that has been taken against the Pakistan administration, of course, at this point. And in the capital, at the heart of the capital, of course, is protesting and crying in solidarity at this point with those grieving families and the lives that have been lost in Pahalgam. This is, a doctors' association here of Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, present here at Jantar Mantar with a candlelight vigil, and we're being joined by the medical superintendent of RML Hospital, Dr. Ajay Shukla. Thank you for speaking to NDTV, Doctor. Doctor, what words of support would you lend in these times? This is, of course, a very heart-wrenching incident that has happened.
Yes, well, definitely the families of all the victims have our wholehearted support. Whatever we can do for them, we stand here in solidarity with them, and we also pray that God gives wisdom to people, that such type of events do not occur or recur in any part of the world, because human life is very precious, and we only understand the value of that life when something happens to someone in her family.
You spoke about human lives being very precious. Tell us more, from a doctor's community point of view. This is doctors also coming together in support and solidarity.
Yeah, well, you see, as doctors, we definitely try to save patients, do our best to treat diseases, to prolong life, but we're helpless when, terrorists shoot people at point-blank range, don't give them even a 1% chance of, living. So we feel really bad. Yeah.
Thank you for speaking to NDTV, Dr. Shukla. So that was Dr. Shukla telling us that, of course, the community here is in support and solidarity. Let us see if we can get talking to some protesters here. आप हमें अपना नाम बताएं and tell us you're here, of course, protesting against the attack. What is the sentiment you share at this point?
जो ये काम पहलगाम में हुआ है, ये बहुत ही दुखद घटना है, और हम उनके परिवार और उनके दोस्तों के साथ हैं. हम अपनी भावनाएं उनके साथ व्यक्त करने यहाँ पे एक कैंडल मार्च कर रहे हैं, और हमारा पूरा हॉस्पिटल, RML हॉस्पिटल और सारे स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पे इकट्ठा हुए हैं एक साथ, कि भारत सरकार तक ये आवाज़ पहुँचे कि अगली बार ऐसा कुछ ना हो, और इस जो ये काम हुआ है इसका भी बदला लिया जाएगा हमेशा, ताकि वो आगे तक हमेशा याद रखें, ऐसा कुछ दोबारा ना हो.
Time now for a very tiny break on the show. More on the other side. Stay tuned. Blue Smart promoter Puneet Singh Jaggi has been detained in the FEMA case. The Enforcement Directorate raided Gensol Engineering Limited following a SEBI report alleging financial misconduct. Searches were conducted in Delhi, Gurugram and Ahmedabad under FEMA. The Enforcement Directorate has arrested former Rajasthan Minister and Congress leader Mahesh Joshi in money laundering case linked to alleged irregularities in the Jal Jeevan Mission scheme. The ED's money laundering case stems from an FIR registered by the Rajasthan's Anti-Corruption Bureau into the scheme that aims to provide safe and adequate drinking water through household tap connections. The scheme was being implemented by Rajasthan State's Public Health Engineering Department. Joshi was the minister of this department in the previous Ashok Gehlot government. 4 people have been arrested in this case by ED till now.
Former minister in the Gehlot government, Mahesh Joshi, has been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate under the PMLA Act. Now, this is the Jal Jeevan Mission which the ED was probing. It was a huge election issue and Kirori Lal Meena had raised this issue in the last election and had alleged that there was a scam that went into crores. By the ED's own estimates, that is about a 900 crore scam where a contractor and his company gave false certificates of experience to obtain a tender fraudulently from the PHED department under which Mahesh Joshi was, of course, the minister then. Now, Mahesh Joshi has been questioned several times in this case. His wife has not been too well, so the ED had not arrested him. But now, after another round of questioning, he has formally been arrested under the PMLA Act. The contractors, Padam Chand Jain and others who were arrested by the ED have obtained bail from the Supreme Court. But the 900 crore Jal Jeevan mission is a political hot potato in the state. The Congress had made it an election issue, and to arrest a former minister from the Gehlot government will probably also raise further the political temperatures in Jaipur. With camera person Jash Raj and Virendra Singh, Harsha Kumari Singh for NDTV.
Time for a tiny break on the show. More on the other side. Stay tuned.